Hiya, Scott here, Zarjaz 1991 from various forums. This is another driving video on my early in my journey to be a better driver, improve my driving and work towards advanced driving. This is, I think, the third one, and this one is on some very nice roads around Uppingham. I don't know this particular road that well, so should be interesting, and I've no idea where we'll end up. I'm going to keep this one fairly short so that we don't bore anyone to tears. Before I start, just once again I'm going to show off my lovely PH keyring, which I got well, I got a couple of them actually a few weeks ago at the Sunday service at Hinckley. But yeah, I can thoroughly recommend them. They are very well made and pretty impressive actually. So couple of caveats on all of this. Firstly, I'm new to doing commentaries. I'm not great at it yet. And I will possibly descend into waffle at times, so bear that in mind. I think this is probably only the second one where I've attempted any sort of proper commentary. Also, as daft as it may sound, a part of this process is I'm still getting accustomed again to driving with both hands on the wheel. It sounds a bit ridiculous, but most of my driving career I have just used mostly my left hand, apart from when changing gear. I've been a one-handed driver pretty much since I passed my test, and obviously that got picked up on fairly early. I am serious about this process, so I've made a concerted effort, not just on these videos but in my day-to-day driving, to start using both hands again. I did always and still do get a sort of a muscle ache on the right arm, which is slowly getting better as I'm getting more used to it again, but do bear that in mind. As ridiculous as it sounds, I am making serious efforts on that. It's even been pulled up or mentioned by colleagues at work when they've been in the car with me, because it's such a change for me to be doing it. So do bear that in mind. Okay, we're looking pretty clear, so I'll put the car into first. We've got somebody just coming past. We'll take the handbrake off and we'll set off. So we're just going into NSL. Road is going to bend to the left. We've got centre line, hazard lines, and then the road is bending to the right, so we'll take the vehicle close as we can to the centre, still on hazard lines, and we can see a bend to the left. So for the bend to the left, oh, cyclist coming the other way, be aware of that. As we bend round to the left, keeping the vehicle to the near side, got pedestrians and a sharp bend with a chevron van coming the other way, so I'm going to slow right down as I pass these pedestrians, because I've no idea what might be coming round that corner. We'll go into first. We'll pass them very slowly and carefully. You can now see it's clear, so off we go. Give it some juice. Slight bend to the right, and now we can see up ahead that there is a chevron and a bend to the left and a slow in the road. Just let the speed down slightly, and then we have a bend to the right, again keeping the vehicle to the centre line to maximise the visibility. And now we have a straight section. There's a farm on the right with an entrance. And a slight bend to the right. We've now got an S-bend sign, Z-bends, whatever you want to call it, and a chevron and a slow. And I can't see much beyond this, so we'll just put the brakes on a little bit. We'll drop the gear and we'll just hug the near side as we go round. Mostly using gravity actually as we we send this. Little bend to the right, we've got a chevron again for bends to the left. And then a bend to the left again. Just moving out slightly to avoid a branch sticking out from the grass verge. Now we have a bend to the right and another chevron. So again, we'll take the vehicle close but not over. Just brake here because it is quite sharp. And round we go. And now we're straight again for a little bit. Have temporary bumps in road signs, so we will be very careful here. Yes, I can see that. We'll just slow down. I've gone into the middle there a little bit because the edge of the road has actually collapsed. And now we have a bend to the left. Just putting the brakes on a little bit. Bring the vehicle into the near side. Quite a few markings on the road here for various potholes, none quite as bad as what we saw back there. And we have a slight bend to the right. Got hazard lines all the way along here, obvious reasons. And we're now coming into the county of Leicestershire. And there's a humpback bridge ahead. It's a sign warning you that the road does narrow. There's no way of seeing what's coming across this. You can't see across the way. Drop down to second. We'll just creep across it fairly slowly. And there is something coming the other way now. You can see there is no real way of telling. Road then bends around to the left as indicated by the sign there as the major road going left. And there is a right turn as well. Just ease nicely round this corner and then the road opens out. Hazard line still. We are in an NSL still, so 60 is the limit, but we're doing a steady 40 or so, which is plenty along here. Slowing down here as per the sign in the road, and we bend to the left, and we're now going into a 30 as we enter a village. Sign for farm traffic and ducks. Go through here quite slowly. We're actually doing about 20. Sign warning of the turning to the right. Nothing coming out of there. It's a dead end anyway. And we're through the village, and we're back to NSL. Some branches in the road again. Road bends to the left just a bit, and then quite a sharp bend with a chevron indicating to the right. We've got branches again, and we have a side road, I think that is, off to the left there. And we'll drop a gear so that we can climb this incline. Road is going to bend to the left. I'm being overtaken here by a motorbike, which is fine. And then the road bends to the right as he's clearly noticed. Keeping in the low gear while we go up this hill. And we have a straight section, brow of a hill. Can't see much beyond at the moment. Can now, and it is bending to the left again, just slightly. Should now be in a position to change gear. We've got holes in the road again to the left. This is something we see quite a bit around here. And now we should be able to go a little bit faster. Road is curving to the right, at the top here, and then I can see a sign for bends again. So we will just ease off a little bit. There's also a crossroads coming up, and it actually tells us to reduce speed. Now there is a vehicle coming out of that crossroads. Need to be aware that they may just go. Doesn't look like they're going to. They have made eye contact, so that's good, and away we go. And now we have a chevron warning of sharp bend to the left. Hug the near side as we go around as best we can, given the road is collapsing again, and we can accelerate safely out of that as the road opens up. Another farm traffic sign, so we need to be conscious of that, especially at this time of year. road is about to bend to the right, and then by the looks of it to the left again. Can't see across beyond that. And there is the farm traffic, and they're cutting hedges. Just slow down past that. Never like hawthorn hedges in the road. Chevron here, there's a bend to the left and a junction. We need to drop a gear as we are also going slightly uphill, and we have horses. I knew we'd find horses somewhere on this video. It always happens. So there's two horses coming up to the right. I've virtually stopped, and we'll just crawl past the horses. Don't want to startle horses. They thank me, so I just give them a courtesy back. And we will wait, just holding the car carefully here. We will wait. Unbelievably, I'm being overtaken by somebody who didn't want to wait while I pulled well clear of the horses. Takes all sorts. A couple of seconds that would have taken. Anyway, they're better in front of me than behind. Road is bending slightly to the right. And away we go. I hope he makes good progress now and I don't end up catching him up. Slow sign in the road, a bend to the right, and also a turning off to the left as we go round that bend. We'll just ease off a little bit, and round we go as close to the centre line as we can, and accelerate away. Nice and straight here. Luckily our friend in front is making reasonable progress. I do feel we're catching him up ever so slowly. Road is about to bend to the right, and then we're straight, but we have a brow of a hill. I have no visibility over until we get to the top of it, and then we see that the road is going to bend to the left again, a little further up, and then it will narrow. Seems in better condition than earlier, although it is a bit bouncy. And we are long and straight for some distance now. Looks like we have a speed reduction coming up. There is a speed sign, and we also have I don't know what you call these things. Chevrons really, but warning triangles in the road. Going down to 40. We do have a small, I think it's just a track to the right. We have pedestrians warning sign because there are houses along here, and a humpback bridge. Just avoiding a couple of potholes in the road there, and we are now coming down to 30 as we go over the humpback bridge. Coming down into whatever village this is. Sign there, unofficial sign, warning of horses, and another sign at the road narrows. Vehicle are waiting to turn out from the left, but he's seen us and made eye contact, so that's good. Parked vehicles to the right. Drop the gears down here, but we are going nice and slowly. Church bells, they probably won't come through on the sound, but looks like there's a wedding going on there. Last time we were along here, I turned right here because there was a tractor, so this time I'm going to go straight on, and I don't know what's down here. Coming to a give way, and we're going to go left here. Hesitancy there was because I wasn't actually sure which way I wanted to go. When I go on these drives, that's part of the fun. I never really know where I'm going to end up. Difficult to plan a route when you don't know your destination yourself. So we're still in 30 here, and the little white gates up ahead indicate the boundary of the village, and then we can see just beyond that we go back to NSL, and we have hazard lines in the centre again. So off we go. The road on the left is collapsing away again. There's a lot of that around here, but visibility otherwise good. We can see a long way ahead at the moment. The road does curve over to the left. There are S-bends coming up and another horse sign. As we've seen, there are horses round here. I don't know what on earth has happened in the road here. It looks like something's been on fire. That's interesting. This looks a bit like a humpback bridge. We'll be very careful. We have chevron ahead, bend to the right, so we go as close as we can to the centre line, and then we have a bend to the left. We'll go as close as we can to the near side. I say as close as we can with the near side because the near sides are collapsing in many places around here, and you can get yourself in quite a mess. Right, we have a long straight stretch. We'll make some progress. Slight bend to the left. We're just falling down holes in the left hand side of the road again. Bend to the right coming up, and a slow sign in the road. We'll just give it a little bit of a break into this corner, and we'll hook the near side, and we'll accelerate out. Good visibility straight down the line again here for quite some way. Can see a speed reduction coming up, so we will bear that in mind as we approach it. Most likely, I was going to say most likely 30, but it is in fact 20. And then confusingly the signs on the little gates there, which are unofficial, do say 30. It is however 20. We have a junction, a staggered crossroads if you like, coming up, and a bend to the right. We're not going very fast anyway because we are sticking to the 20. Road bends to the right. No road markings along here. Road is reasonably wide though. Avoiding a manhole that's sunk there. We have parked cars coming up, parked vehicles anyway. Don't think this is a particularly big village. Vehicle coming the other way, he's going to wait for us. I just gave a courtesy flash. And we're now going into 30 as we exit the village. Road is going to bend to the right, and there is a very small access road to the left. And now we go back into NSL and we get hazard markings. We can see very clearly straight ahead for some distance there is a jogger, I believe that is, in the road. So there's also a vehicle coming the other way. The jogger has now gone on to the grass verge or footpath or whatever that may be, so we don't have to worry about him. And coming up we have school, we have S-bends, junction to the right, and down to 40 we've got rumble strips as well, so they're obviously serious about this, and double yellows now. Here's our junction to the right. Nothing waiting, so we're all right. School doesn't have the flashing lights. It says 20 during school hours, but we're not in school hours, so we can sit at 40 quite safely here. there, which is good. And we're now at the end of the safety zone, but we are coming down now into a 30 zone. The road is also getting a bit narrower, so we'll come down to 30. We have a minor junction to the left, but there's nothing waiting to pull out of there. Very slight bend to the left. We've got parked vehicles ahead, but nothing coming the other way. We can see quite clearly as the road bends to the right. About time we dropped a gear or two. And we've got a, well, I wouldn't say it's really a humpback bridge, but we've got a bridge. And this looks like a junction. It's not clear from the road markings because they're rather faded, but I do believe that we give way here. Yes, we do. About time they remark those, I think. And looks pretty clear, although we can't see much to the right. If anybody was hurtling around there, you would want to be on the wrong end of it. I did put a signal on, but there isn't anybody here. We're still in the 30. More branches to the left. And we can see up ahead very clearly. The road's got wider, and we're in, or about to enter, an NSL. And here we go. Slight junction to the right, nothing major. It's a no-through road as well. Road is now going to bend to the left. Again, we'll keep to the near side, assuming there aren't big holes. You can now see quite clearly up ahead for a bit. And the road bends to the right, just up ahead. I see they're putting cones in potholes here as well, so the edges of the road are really quite bad. Still hazard lines, just about. They do need to get a tin of paint out here. And we are bending slightly to the right, and then again to the left. We've got various farm entrances along here as well. Not much traffic, which is nice. Slight bend to the right, followed by a slight bend to the left. Straight ahead, we're clear, and then there is a give way coming up. Looks like the road bends to the right, just ahead of that give way. So we'll slow down, ready for that. And here it is. And we're going to go left here. And we have traffic lights here. 30 zone, and they've just changed as we approach them. This is because of a narrow bridge by the looks of it. Yeah, it is. There's a narrow bridge there. Vehicles waiting. Go across this nice and slowly. Junction off to the left. And we see further junctions to the left. Same road by the looks of it. And then a warning sign that the road is going to get narrower both sides. As it does so, looks like it bends to the left. We're heading back towards Uppingham here, well, according to the sign anyway. Got a sharp bend to the left here. Road is straight for a little bit with hazard lines. We can see a bend to the right with a chevron sign coming up, and also solid white line. We won't be able to overtake or stop other than certain exemptions. We are still in a 30, and there's a 30 repeater sign. You don't often see those, but there are no street lights along here, and that's where you do tend to see them. We're now in 40. This does feel as if it could be faster on this stretch. 40 it is. And I'm being a good boy. And we have a farm entrance of some sort, a house entrance of some sort to the left. It's a farm track. And now, finally, we're back into NSL. Road is nice and wide here. You can see from the oncoming vehicles it's bending to the left, so we will take close to the near side, as it does look in good condition along here. We'll accelerate out of that. We now have a bend to the right coming up. Again, we'll go close to the centre line. We've now got a sharper bend to the right with 3 chevrons, so we know this is likely to be fairly sharp. Again, close to the centre line, and we can accelerate out of that. Got a bend to the left coming up. I'm going to drop a gear here as we go up this hill. And now we're bending to the right again with a chevron. Just take close to the centre line. And now we have a bend to the left. We've got double white lines. Keeping in the low gear as we're still going uphill. And now we have a broken line our side, and now it goes back to hazard lines. We've got a bend to the right coming up. And now take it back to 5th. To double lines again, and we can accelerate out. We'll drop it again here actually. Crossroads coming up. We have a solid line still on our side, bending slightly to the right and then to the left. Now we have chevrons separating us. Here's the crossroads, slight bend to the right, followed by slight bend to the left. I think we're still on double lines here, can hardly see, they are very faded. And now we're going downhill. And we're making full use of the NSL here. Motorbikes coming the other way. Van up ahead in front of us. Drop a gear as we start going back up the hill. I think we're still on... No, we're on hazard lines. It'd be nice if they'd remark the lines. We are now approaching Uppingham, and we're dropping back down to 30. Minor turning to the right. Double white lines again here, going down a hill. Traffic lights coming up ahead. And speed bumps as well. This I think is just a pedestrian crossing. Mini roundabout approaching. Crossroads beyond that. More speed bumps. Road to the left. Nobody coming out of it. It is a dead end anyway. So we'll just carefully go across the mini roundabout. And there's a crossroads here. Nothing waiting to come out of either of those either. Speed camera warning sign. And pedestrian crossing, lights are on green. take a left here. Got zebra crossing approaching. There's nobody either side of it. Almost come full circle here. Just going to head out a short distance along this road. And we have a zebra crossing. Again, there's nobody about. And we're going nice and slowly through here anyhow. Road is long and straight ahead. It is a 30 zone. We are actually about 25 at the moment. Double yellow lines as well. I think we'll now take it to the 30. We've got 40 coming up. There's a bird pigeon just flies across our path. Pedestrian just using, it's not a pedestrian crossing, but it's a central refuge. Just aware of those and ease back slightly to make it clear they've got the time to get across. We have a left turn into a housing estate, nothing coming out of there. Can see there is a road up to the right that somebody has just turned into. Doesn't seem to be anybody waiting to come out, but we'll be aware of that. We can now go a little faster. And another road to the right. You can see the NSL coming up in the distance. We've got the 40 repeater signs along here. Some sort of turning to the right here. I'm not sure if it's a road or not. It's a cemetery, so that's okay. There's nothing coming out of there, and we're into NSL. Let's see if we can actually get going. Here we go. We bend to the left, and then we've got quite a sharp bend to the right, so we'll brake into that, and we are just about on the A47 now. This is a bit of a boring road, if I'm honest. I'll get out here. So I will find somewhere safe to pull up and we'll call this one a day. Cancel signal, and that will do for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully see you next time.